Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing LeetCode problem 49, group anagrams. This is a spinoff of 242 valid anagrams. So if you haven't done that problem yet, go ahead and do that first, and then let's jump into group anagrams. Alrighty guys, with that being said, let's get started. Let's get started by reading the problem statement. Given an array of strings, strs, group the anagrams together. You can return the answer in any order. An anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase, typically using all of the original letters exactly one time. So you can see here in example 1 that we have eat, tea, tan, ate, gnat, and bat. Bat is in its own array because it's not an anagram of any other word. Gnat and tan are anagrams of each other, so they're in their own array. Ate, eat, and tea are all anagrams of each other, so they're in their own array. You can see here that an empty string, which is a null value, is given back in an array. And then you can also see that strings of one word, one string, is returned in an array as well. So that's our first edge case. We can see in example 2 and example 3, if the strings are null or length 1, we can return it within an array. So let's go ahead and take care of that first edge case. So if strings does not exist or is a null value, or strings.length is equal to 1, we're going to return strings within an array. And let's go ahead and run that and check to see if that's the correct answer for 2 and 3. Okay, perfect. So we got rid of that first edge case. The next edge case is to take care of all the valid anagrams. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and create a map, right? Because a map helps us create, helps us keep track of different values, of different keys. And how the heck are we supposed to know one anagram or one word is an anagram of another? Well, we're going to take some help from LeetCode 242, the Valid Anagram solution, and we're going to use that solution. So strings of i.split.sort.join. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, well, if eat, A-E-T, is not in the map, let's go ahead and add it, and then let's add the word into that key. And then we're going to check to see that key for all of the sorted words. That's going to make a little bit more sense once we start implementing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a map. We're going to loop through the array. Then we're going to sort a word and add the word that's sorted into that object. Let's go ahead and get started with that. So we're going to create our map and we're going to set it equal to an empty object. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to loop through strings. So let I equal 0 and I is less than strings.length. And then I++. So basically what we're doing here is we're iterating from the start to the end of strings. The next thing that we're wanting to do is we're going to say let sorted string equal, and I'm just going to copy that solution from our previous answer, strings of i.split.sort.join. So this is going to split our first word. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to keep track of our sorted string. So if the word or if the sorted string is not in the map, we're going to go ahead and add it to the map. So we're going to say map of sorted string. And what we're going to initialize this to is an array of strings of I, right? Our current string. So what we're saying here is we're going to initialize the sorted string key to the value of an array with strings of I in it. And if it does exist, so let's say that we are on to the second word, T. Well, T is an anagram of eat, right? So let's go ahead and sort that word, that string, and then let's compare it to the key of map of sorted string. And if that exists, then we're going to push onto that sorted string, right? Dot push, and we're going to say strings of I. Let's go ahead and take a look at our map now. So after it gets done sorting all the strings and adding them all to the map, we're going to go ahead and console log out our map, and we're going to check out all of the values, all of the keys and all of the values. So let's go ahead and run that. Okay, so you can see that AET, which is our sorted string, has the value of an array with all of the anagrams, eat, t, and 8. And also has the anagrams, and so does ABT, right? So the next thing that we want to do is, how do we return all of those values? We have the values here, we just want to push them into an array. Well, we have a nifty little tool called object.values, and what does that return? Well, it actually returns an array. It returns an array of all of the values. So you can see here that we have object1 of some string, 42, and false, right? But here we have our values of object1, and you can see that it's within an array. So let's go ahead and return that, and let's see what we get back. So we'll return object.values of map. Let's go ahead and run this. Great. So you can see here that we have an array of different arrays of all of our values, and that's exactly what we want. Now, it's not in the same order of this, but it doesn't really matter, right? We don't care about the order. We can return it in any order. So let's go ahead and submit this. All right, it's a little bit slow. It's 109 milliseconds and 52 megabytes worth of memory. Alrighty, folks, with that being said, that's all I have for today. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week.